there's a lot of bullish things for crypto that are happening. The US dollar is kind of up in the air right now with what's going on. You have all the BRICS countries that are talking about trying to do away with US currency and do their own, which, we'll see how successful that is, because most of their current garbage too. When you really dig down into what their currency is, it's not strong enough to be a global currency. So, I still think we have that going for us as far as the US dollar goes. But there's a lot, and because people just are not sure about the banks, about a lot of things right now. Although they're making it tough to get into crypto. So if you've got some money on the side and you want to get it in, you might have to do it slowly. So I would get started, at least getting it into the system. If you're thinking about it and not sure, you can get it out later if you need to. But I think a lot of people, and I haven't checked my limit, but I know DCC said his Coinbase daily limit went from $100,000 down to $5,000 a day.
Whoa.
That he was allowed to enter into the system with. So they've really cut the maximums, down for
threshold
people. Yeah, the threshold. So just keep that in mind. If you've got a lot of capital sitting on the side and you're, thinking about getting it into the system, you might have to do it a little bit slower than what you thought. So yeah, but otherwise bullish, man. Yeah.
That's definitely interesting. You prompted me to just check mine. Mine is showing 100,000 right now.
Really?
So I'm not sure. Who knows? But your point stands. I mean, the point definitely stands that, we've heard about Operation Choke Point 2.0. Back in the day, for anybody that was familiar, whether you were just in the sports betting industry or more so, people talk about Black Monday with Poker Stars and a lot of the online poker stuff. The US used to really rage against that stuff, as dumb as that is, but they, didn't want people to be doing that. So they choke pointed your entries to, dealing with those different platforms. And we're seeing a little bit of it with crypto now. We've got the absolutely diabolically insane Elizabeth Warren. I actually thought that thing last week was a meme. I didn't mean to derail us into this, but I don't know if you did too, Ewok. But that image of her against like a light blue background that said like, I am I am assembling a crypto army. An anti-crypto army. It was so dumb sounding. I thought somebody made it up. I thought it was a meme. Now, clearly, I know she's like anti-crypto for whatever reason. She wants her precious dollars and for everybody else to eat the bugs. But it just seemed so dumb. I thought it was fake. Turns out it was part of a real slide one of her underlings made.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
What the hell, man?
Like, I don't know. Did you catch the interview that she was doing where she was talking about Bitcoin, and she was talking about the US dollar and how Bitcoin is a terrible idea because it's really not backed by anything other than belief. But yet the US dollar is backed by government. And that's, I just found that pretty funny and kind of ironic, actually, since our dollar is not backed by anything either. And, they can print as much of it as they want. So, and spend as much as they want. That's the bigger part of it. Not only printing what they want, but they can just spend, unlimited amounts and then print some more. So, pretty funny.
Well, can you blame her? I mean, Liz is just pumping her own bag. She's, according to the wiki, she's got $67 million on a $250,000 salary.
Yeah.
I saw a stat the other day. She would have to save 100% of that income for like 200 and some years
to get that much money.
Yeah. So crazy. I don't know. Maybe she bought like the Bitcoin bottom in like 2000, like the early days. Or
maybe a little insider trading.
Maybe. I'm not speculating there, but
hexpassiveincome.com. My friend Crypto Coffee has created what I think is probably the best course for a new cryptocurrency investor. Not only that, but these courses usually charge an arm and a leg. Crypto Coffee is only charging $200. I think right now he actually has a discount for $150. I have a link below in the description. If you are new to crypto, do not understand Hex and how it works, click the link below. It's a quick, easy course. He only gives you the basics. I personally, myself, have thought about creating an intro to crypto course in the past. I don't think there's any reason to do so because Matt, Crypto Coffee, has already taken care of that. And I don't think anything needs to be added by anybody else. So check it out. The link is in the description, and sign up to Hex Passive Income today.
Yeah, certainly weird times. And, we've talked about some of the federal government stuff, and Tom Emmer in Minnesota doing what he can regarding crypto, probably the most outspoken member of Congress and the Republican majority whip on that. But it's going to be an interesting year, I think, for like crypto regulation. I don't think any kind of regulation even remotely is coming at all this year. But I mean,
No.
it's going to, like everything, it's going to be a bunch of red tape bullshit for years on end. And they'll screw something up, even worse than they, should have. But I mean, that's still why, though. I mean, like, that's part of the lesson, I think, for everybody, that like right now, you and I obviously know that the gains in Bitcoin are not the kind of gains that we're still looking for, and that it's, decreasing and, what it's going to do each cycle, obviously diminishing returns.
Especially for the people that answered your poll. If they only have 2 years, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Which I want to cover that here in a bit after we get off this. But yeah, the I forget where I was going with that. Like,
sorry.
No, just the shit. I forget where I was going with it. But essentially, just that
Bitcoin's not hit what it was doing is what you were talking about.
Yeah, that we're not obviously interested in that, but okay. So with the crypto market at large, though, for people that are like the Elizabeth Warrens of the world and boomers and stuff like that, this is when you want to be in crypto, prior to like certain kinds of regulation, when things seem unclear, scary, or something like that. That's when you want to get into an asset. Now, I mean, there's different levels of that risk. Like, you and I are obviously fine with risk way higher and, volatility way higher than even Bitcoin offers. But for the old heads out there, that's still a risky market for them, that there's a lot of money to be made. So
yeah, there sure is. And I don't recommend doing it. I know some of these people are still trying to play the Robinhood game because they're hearing about crypto and they're trying to get in that way.
You mean Robinhood, like the app? The financial? Yeah. Okay.
Right. So, I mean, I guess if you're in kind of thing. But, just be wary of apps like that, Robinhood and some of the others. Just keep in mind they're derivative trading. They're not really, you don't own the crypto. So if anybody wanted to just shut down Robinhood and take all the funds, they could do it and you have no repercussions. So just keep those things in mind. One of the things we've always preached was holding your own keys, maintaining your own wallet, and being self-sovereign with what you own. So like to always touch on that point when we can.
Definitely. And yeah, Cash App, same thing. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to get onboarded into crypto now, but we are going to see, and to your point, Ewok, this year, next year, a lot of newcomers to this space, even more than we saw the last time around. And those points will need to be said. That stuff isn't crypto. I had a friend actually a few years ago in the last cycle that had no intention actually on investing in crypto. He was just buying Bitcoin to move it to an offshore betting site. And I forget where he went. Like, he didn't even consult with me. And back then it was kind of more, everybody knew Coinbase, the exchanges, Binance. There weren't as many exchanges, obviously, and stuff. And he was like, hey, man, I don't know what happened. I went and I bought Bitcoin and I was going to send it to this betting site and the money's just gone. And I was like, where did you go to buy it? And he went to, I think he said he just went to like bitcoin.com, or I don't even know. I don't want to like disparage any domains out there, but he just assumed that he went to the right place. And all I'm doing is giving you an example of what's probably going to happen to other new investors in this space. It's not as simple. Not that it's overly hard, but it's not, like you just go to a kiosk or something like that. And that's the best way to buy crypto.
How long ago was that?
I want to say 2017 or somewhere around there.
He might want to look because Bitcoin.com, I believe, is Bitcoin Cash's website. So he might have bought Bitcoin Cash and not even realized it, and it might still be there.
I'm pretty sure it was an insignificant amount of money that he probably
Okay,
wouldn't care.
fair
Well, I
enough.
don't know. Actually, I don't know how much Bitcoin was at the time, but still.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're gonna have people making those mistakes, and we have to, make sure they understand that stuff. So hey, that's all to come. If you're still here watching this stuff right now, you likely have been in this space for a little while because we're still in the boring times.